One man, 4 wives, and 17 kids. It sounds like the plot of a screwball comedy, but Kody Brown's life is more tragic than you might think. As fans of Sister Wives will already know, Kody Brown had something of a rocky relationship with 2 of the sons he shared with his second wife, Janelle. Indeed, Kody was often at odds with Garrison and Gabriel, particularly due to the favoritism they thought he showed towards their half-siblings and his 4th wife, Robin.
They're very frustrated. They feel like there's been a real preference for Robin.
Kody didn't exactly help matters in 2022 when he forgot Gabriel's 21st birthday. Gabriel had apparently spoken to his dad on the phone on the big day, but deliberately didn't mention his birthday to see if the subject came up. While Kody later called back and apologized for not remembering the milestone, Gabriel revealed,
"And that's the last time I ever talked to my dad."
Kody and Janelle Brown suffered every parent's worst nightmare in March 2024, when one of their 6 children, Garrison Brown, passed away. Garrison died by suicide at the age of just 25. In a heartbreaking joint statement posted on Instagram, Kody and Janelle wrote, "He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him. His loss will leave such a big hole in our lives that it takes our breath away." In his first major interview 6 months following the tragedy, Kody expressed sadness that things between the pair had become so fraught. He told People magazine, "The only regret is just, take advantage of the time. I want to go out to dinner again. I want to sit down. I want to have a beer. I want Garrison to try and make me laugh because he was that way. The only regret is just, gosh, I would just do that more often." The trauma of losing Garrison ended up altering Kody's entire outlook on life. He says that he intends to stop worrying about the unimportant things in life, although his biggest goal is to watch his kids find peace. He said, "I hope all my children marry and have children. That's what I hope, and I hope they find happiness in those places." Kody has suffered loss on more than one occasion. In 2013, his younger brother died in a motorcycle collision at the age of just 34. Curtis Brown was the 7th child of Geniel and Wynn Brown. As well as working as a gas and oil completions consultant, he was a talented philosopher and poet. In the wake of Curtis's death, Kody tweeted, "Amazing man who'll be missed." Eagle-eyed viewers of Sister Wives may have spotted Curtis popping up in the 4th season episode, Brown Boys Do Vegas. As the title implies, the episode saw Kody join Curtis and their 2 siblings, Michael and Scott, for an all-guys vacation.
We're out of here.
Kody Brown and his 3rd wife, Christine, endured a major scare in the mid-2010s when their daughter, Truly, started to experience kidney failure. Then, just 3 years old, the youngster spent 11 days in hospital after her vital organs began to shut down. Luckily, she pulled through, but as her mum explained on Instagram 9 years later, the trauma still runs deep. Christine felt compelled to post about the matter in 2023 after finding 2 drawings from the time. In the first, Truly is hooked up to a dialysis machine in hospital, and in the second, she's the picture of health as she's preparing for a trip to Disneyland. Truly had been promised a trip to the Mouse House once she recovered, and her parents stayed true to their word. In the post, Christine wrote, "That was the day she started to get better. So glad I kept these pictures to remind me of miracles." Truly Brown isn't the only child of Kody and Christine to have suffered major health problems. In 2020, Ysabel Brown had to undergo back surgery to help with her scoliosis. Although Truly's time in hospital had a happy ending, things weren't quite so easy for Ysabel. This is because, while Christine stayed with her daughter during her 5-day stint in the hospital, Kody was nowhere to be seen. Determined to keep to his own strict COVID-19 guidelines, Kody refused to travel from his Arizona home to the East Coast, much to Ysabel's disappointment. Her resentment grew worse when she discovered that, just months later, her dad made the journey to officiate a pal's wedding. Kody later tried to justify his apparent double standards.
Ysabel's surgery was at a time and a situation where it would have required that I'm 6 or 8 weeks away from home.
He went on to explain that he only spent 4 days away from home for the wedding. That excuse didn't wash with Ysabel or Christine, however. Notably, Christine and Kody's marriage didn't last much longer after that. They ended up announcing their divorce in November 2021.
Who he is and the choices that he's making, I cannot respect this man.
During one particular episode of their podcast, The Brothers Random, Kody's siblings, Travis and Michael Brown, delved deep into their early years. The brothers grew up in Wyoming's Apostolic United Brethren, a polygamous compound that they describe as a cult. They also revealed that their father, Win Brown, was abusive both physically and emotionally toward his children. According to Travis, Win had also grown up in a similar environment and perpetuated the abuses he suffered with his own children. While both Travis and Michael claim that they have successfully broken the cycle with their own children, the same can't necessarily be said for Kody. In fact, Kody himself has admitted that his childhood experiences impacted on his own abilities as a father.
I have my own daddy issues, so now I've passed that on to my sons have daddy issues.
For all the care they took to avoid contracting the disease, Kody and his wife Robin contracted COVID-19 in 2022. Kody had long obsessed over following pandemic guidelines, even to the detriment of his familial relationships. But after years of doing everything he could to avoid that dreaded positive test, he caught the virus anyway. Kody and Robin each experienced different effects of the disease. Robin had it worse physically, as she had to be admitted to hospital after having trouble breathing.
I think that I was sitting there and wondering if she was going to live.
Kody, meanwhile, suffered mentally. Despite being described as a sunny, larger-than-life character by his family, he apparently became anxious and depressed after catching COVID, to the extent that he began to seem like a totally different person.
He sounded like he was getting really depressed.
Thankfully, both Robin and Kody made a full recovery. The polygamous lifestyle isn't particularly conducive to financial stability. After all, Kody Brown has lots of mouths to feed, so maybe it's no surprise that before TLC came calling, he struggled to keep his head above water. Things got so bad that in 2005, Kody and his first wife, Mary Brown, declared bankruptcy. At that moment in time, Robin hadn't joined the fold, but Janelle and Christine had, and they all had 12 children among them. Kody was earning $4,000 per month as a sign shop salesman, while Mary brought home $625 per month as an awards company engraver. The United States Bankruptcy Court stated that Kody and Mary only had $10 to call their own, and that they were being constantly chased by debt collectors for various agencies. They reportedly owed nearly $137,000 in mortgage payments alone, while they also racked up approximately $40,000 on their credit card and a near $8,000 tab at their nearest home depot, plus more. Luckily, everything worked out financially for the family, as they ended up starring in their hit TV series. Still, considering all the drama and tragedy that has unfolded since then, it's probably fair to ask, was it worth it? Kody Brown's family life took another dramatic turn in 2024 when he was sued by Christine over the custody of Truly. In another twist, court documents revealed that Christine was also seeking confirmation of Truly's paternity. Kody's name hadn't been included on her birth certificate. That wasn't all that Christine was asking for either. She also filed papers for child support and attempted to obtain a domestic relations injunction. The latter is designed to reduce the possibility of any domestic violence and to prevent one parent from making significant decisions without the other's input. The relationship between Kody and Christine had soured when Christine left the rest of the Browns to go and live in Utah with Truly. At the time, Christine claimed that the move was in everyone's best interests, but Kody disagreed.
That's such BS rationalization. That I'm laughing now because it's ridiculous.
At the start of November 2021, Kody Brown was husband to no fewer than 4 wives. Fast forward just 14 months later, however, and that number had been reduced to just 1. Perhaps understandably, Kody felt pretty deflated about all this, and his mood didn't improve when 2 of his ex-wives made plans to take their respective families away from the Browns' main residence in Flagstaff, Arizona. Christine was the first to jump ship, taking Truly with her to Utah. Fellow ex-wife Janelle decided to up sticks soon after, choosing to live the RV life and flit between North Carolina and Flagstaff. Then, in 2023, Mary Brown confirmed that she also intended to relocate to the Beehive State. These departures apparently got Kody thinking that his exes had executed some kind of vengeful master plan against him.
Anything they can do that excludes me is a punishment to me.
To his credit, Kody has admitted that he deserves a lot of the blame for the dissolution of his marriages, telling People magazine, "I could have done a lot better." If you or anyone you know may be the victim of child abuse, contact the Child Help National Child Abuse Hotline at 1-800-4A-CHILD, 1-800-422-4453, or contact their live chat services.